Hello, my friends. I'm back again with the second class in our online program, Creating a Lively Seder. You know, you can't have a lively Seder if you don't sing. Now, everyone knows Dayenu, and it's one of the most engaging moments in the Seder when everybody sings Dayenu. But there are so many other melodies that we can sing along the way, more than just Dayenu. It means, of course, learning some of those melodies and then sharing them at the table. Wouldn't it be great to build up, year after year, a new repertoire of Pesach melodies so that your Seder experience grows in joy as everybody learns from the time they're really, really young, that there are certain melodies that we sing at our Seder. If you go online, along with the melodies that I may introduce, and you can get some more of them, by the way, go to Yussel's or order online a CD of Passover melodies. You'll get them, you'll learn them, you'll use them. There are also nowadays these wonderful, wonderful Passover song parodies. I always use one or two of them in the Seder. If you go online and you click in, you Google in or Bing in or whatever you do, Passover song parodies, you'll get a whole bunch of them. And everyone at the table will love them because they're familiar melodies. So I want to offer you some melodies as we go along. Not that many, but I will offer a few. But let's get to the point where we start the Seder. You know, when we begin the Seder, we extend this invitation to everybody, to join us at the Seder. What do we say? All who are hungry, let them come and eat. All who are in need, let them come and celebrate Pesach. I emphasize the word all. Now, that may not be what you're prepared for at your Seder, but I suspect, as you know, at that moment in time, no one is really responding to that invitation. But still, when we say it, we're supposed to mean it. It's supposed to express our concern, our belief that while we're celebrating, while we're enjoying that wonderful evening at the Seder, we would hope that everybody would have that same opportunity to celebrate the Seder, and we know sadly that many don't have that experience. So what can we do? At that moment, there's very little we can do. But here's a thought. If you want to do something that will make those words, in a sense, come true, try this. We're all accustomed to giving out an afikomen gift. When one of the children find the afikomen that we've hidden away, we want to give them a gift. But how about, along with that, what if you made a donation in honor of the child who found that afikomen, but you make it to an organization that is dedicated to fighting hunger? Something like the organization Mazon. Can you imagine what you've done? That child reads that he or she had a donation made in his or her honor. And you have done something for people who are hungry. That's what the Seder wants us to do. It wants us to always understand that we were once there. We were once the hungry and homeless. And therefore, we can never, ever forget that experience. We don't want to forget those who are still living that. And giving that gift of tzedakah does two things. It helps people, but it also lets a child know that this is something that we do because we appreciate what it means to have while others have not. And so we go through the 4 questions. And what is the answer, or one of the answers to the 4 questions? Avadim hayinu. Now that's a melody. That's something to sing. Avadim hayinu, hayinu, lefaro b'mitzrayim, b'mitzrayim. Avadim hayinu, lefaro b'mitzrayim. Avadim hayinu, ata b'nei chorin. Now you can probably find a better version of that on the CD. But I just wanted to share it with you because this is one of the melodies I would hope every family sings around the Seder table. So we were slaves to Pharaoh in Egypt, but we were freed, we were redeemed. And that redemption from freedom was the most important moment perhaps in all of human history. Because every time, for centuries thereafter, actually for 3 millennia, that people spoke about the idea of being free, they referred back to the exodus of the Israelites from Egypt. Tell people at your Seder table, and this is the truth, before that moment in time, there was no such thing as the concept of freedom. No one knew that human beings were entitled to be free. No one. It's still very much something that is denied to people in this world. But freedom is our gift to the world. It's the way God wanted it to be for us, and not just for us, but for everybody. We go on in the Haggadah to the story of the rabbis sitting around the table in Bnei Brak. Now, what were they doing? Well, all different kinds of interpretations. But I'll tell you what they were doing most importantly of all. They were gathering after the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem. And when the temple was destroyed and people could no longer bring the Passover offering, the Passover lamb, to the temple, many of our ancestors believed, and many rabbis believed, that it was impossible to celebrate the Passover any longer. Without the Passover lamb, how could you celebrate Passover? These rabbis in Bnei Brak, sitting around all night long discussing the Seder, they were saying that yes, there is a continuity to the Seder. Even without the Passover lamb, there is still Pesach. So they were given to the Jewish people then, and right up to our own time and for all the years yet to come, the rabbinic sanction that Passover continues even without the Passover lamb. We owe those rabbis a lot. Without them, we wouldn't be eating the Knedalach. Without them, we wouldn't be having the elaborate Seder meals. Without them, we wouldn't have that beautiful Seder experience that we come to appreciate, I hope, more and more with each and every year. Well, this session is now over, and I have yet another one or two to put on for you, to share with you as we all continue to prepare for the Seder. Chag Sameach.